Well, we've got a couple of things going on in this painting. One of them is the perspective of the figure, so that the figures in the foreground are larger, and then the human figures, as they step back, get smaller. So that's telling us there's not very many paintings in ancient Greece that we know of, but this is telling us they do have a command of that perspective of the shapes diminishing as they go back and getting smaller. A second point about this is really fascinating, is the atmospheric perspective. An atmospheric perspective is when a painter can change the tones to create an illusion of space and depth, as if air is between two objects, so that we have some objects in the foreground and then we have this sense of space and air in between with the figure further back. You can see that here with the figures in the foreground, and then as you go back around towards the right side in the canvas, there's a tiny man in the background, and he's almost like in a haze, but that's creating a tremendous amount of depth. There's a third point here that starts dealing with elements of light. We've got, off to the left, we have a figure and a tree that's silhouetted in dark, and they're silhouetted against the light behind them. And then we have figures in the foreground, and they're hit by the light with shadows. They have cast shadows and stuff. So that's an interesting, so we've got light going on, we've got atmospheric depth going on, and then we have the perspective of depth happening.